Thanks, Ken Corley. I'd like to ask the Taoiseach to respond to the IFAC report published today, which makes the central point that the government has not budgeted for action in terms of climate change or in terms of the implementation of Sláinte Care. And of course, that's in line with a criticism that we would have made of the government's approach to the Climate Action Bill, for example, outlining there'll be €125 billion worth. That's the kind of the scale of the plan, but actually the vast majority of that is to be offloaded onto private individuals, as opposed to the necessary state-driven public investment along the lines of an eco-socialist Green New Deal to transform the nature of the economy, to have a just transition, to transform people's lives for the better while rapidly moving to a zero-carbon economy. Similarly, to actually move to a fully public healthcare system is clearly going to require public investment. We'd also make the case that it should involve nationalising, taking the private hospitals out of for-profit ownership, taking them into the public system. But at the very least, the government certainly needs to budget for public health care.
Thank you, Deputy President.
Deputy Murphy, in terms of the Sláinte Care, the IFAC are worried about expenditure levels, and they may have a different perspective than the one that you presented. In terms of, they haven't recommended nationalisation, to my knowledge, but I do accept, first of all, in terms of climate change, we have provided a very extensive programme, obviously in legislation and so on, which sets the agenda for the next 10 years, and also in terms of Sláinte Care. I mean, the investment in health since this government came in has been very, very significant. That may be causing, obviously, concern for IFAC, but I think so far, within the fiscal framework we've announced, we've managed to come in within that framework.